Jonathan Coachman. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Dalvin Cook, he's back and coming off a big game a weekend ago. It'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Time to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Vikings heading out, and it's Kirk Cousins at the helm in his second season in purple and white, 8th year overall. 30 touchdown passes for him a season ago. That's a career high as he aims to get the Vikings back into the postseason. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Dean Lowry in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins now, and he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now the pass to Grant, and he's got it. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. Touchdown, Packers. Ryan Grant, 98 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is field and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And out now come the Vikings. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Cousins to throw it. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
And running back Dalvin Cook was drafted in 2017 to be the lead runner for the Vikings, and he should love what they're putting in for him in 2019. This is a run-first, run-heavy offense as dictated by their head coach. Dalvin Cook should get more than enough carries to threaten 1,000 yards rushing this season. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to. Think about turning it upfield. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Throwing again on second down. Kessler able to make sense. Something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Jackson flush to his right. He'll try and run it, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And the pressure gets to him again. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Escaping the pressure right. And Adams has it, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. After 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. To throw is Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Everson Griffin, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Here's Jackson to throw. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Ryan Grant. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. He's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Cousins now to throw on first down. He's got Smith here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On second down, Cook stripped. The ball's out. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Check the heart. Hey. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Cousins from the gun on third. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for all.
And look at this, it's a fake. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Eluding the pressure. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. The first carry down for Rex Burkhead. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. On third down, they turn to Burkhead. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Now Jackson. And he can't find anywhere. To go with it, and he goes down. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface, but I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. From the 35 on second down, Cousins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing, Cousins. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage. Interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 40, 30, the 20, 10, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. In for the score. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point try now for Crosby. And it is now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. On second down, Cousins again. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. Cook. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Denver, where it was the visiting Lions who come in and get the road victory. Kerryon Johnson, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. From there, we head up to the Pacific Northwest. Check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Russell Wilson, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. LaShawn McCoy, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. In our game, it was Brock Osweiler on target. His guys have a 3-touchdown lead as we're about ready to go into the second half. And to get you through it, we give it back to Brandon Gaudin.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now on 2nd and 13. Osweiler. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. A give to Burkhead on first down. Burkhead a first down and then some. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now Burkhead. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Rex Burkhead. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight ahead power, and they got it done.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 28-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job.
Go, go, go.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
And I don't think Edelman will be able to get to this one. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Ready to break.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, it's about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
They find some open field here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one 28 yards on the ground. First down, they go back to Burkhead. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Osweiler. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. They give him a gain of 38.
Hurry, hurry.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll try and pound it in with Burkhead. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Rex Burkhead with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. A first down throw for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. Past the 20. 10. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. To throw, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Blake Martinez.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Bailey's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Flushed out right. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. You know this thing's done.
Let's go. To Hunt. Ready.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
First down. Here's Cousins. Got him in. It's Brown. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Cousins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
On 3rd down, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Cousins. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Cousins on 3rd and 2, and he can't quite pick it. No interceptions so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. Offense back out now for 1st and goal after the successful fake. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And the pass complete to Ryan Grant. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. Now Osweiler, flush to his right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Osweiler escaping the pressure right to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Packers, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500 as they drop to 7-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew,
honestly unforgettable. You was your like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You was your like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any come to see, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, but it's best you soaking it. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, put the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. can play it back on the camera. Hot boy, look at super flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a piece of my animal. Eat the competition up like a handle. Run the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tempo, got me. End zone, watch me celebrate. I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought they could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put in the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 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 They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off.